Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 2, Episode 239. Today is day 2 of my trip to the South. Got to sleep pretty late, about 3 a.m., got up about 8 a.m., went down, looked around, and it is still pretty desolate down there. There's so many people still checking machines. In fact, someone we talked to last night was still there checking machines, had not gone to sleep yet. I walked around and looked at a couple things, found one play, played it through, and made $39, and that's all I could find. This is an enormous place, and just everything was played down so far. I'll give you an example without giving anything away. Let's say that an entry point on a must-hit buy is $498. It's not, but let's just say it's $498. People had things played down that were $480. It was so far away that there was not going to be anything available for a very long time. So the best thing to do is get out of this area. We do have a room here for the next night. We're going to travel around an hour to the next casino and play in that area and see what we can find. It's got to be better than this. So one other thing I wanted to talk about is a machine that is being treated as an advantage play, but I don't believe it is, and if it is, it's such a small advantage play. I want to give you all the details on it. So there is a machine. It is a coin pusher. You know what a coin pusher is? You put quarters in the top or some kind of coin, and it falls down. It pushes the other money over the edge, and you get that money. So traditionally, you put a coin in the top. Whatever falls off the ledge is yours. This one's a little bit different. The way this one works is you actually spin the reels. It's $2.50 to spin the reels. And if you get a certain hit, a certain win, then a second reel spins on your right. And it's only got one item on there. And if it lines up, then you get that many coins. Now you shoot those coins onto the platform, and whatever falls off the edge is yours, but not the generic coins. So in the US, not the quarters that would fall, but anything else other than the quarters. So some of the things they have are $2.50, $5, $7.50, $15. They have a chance at $250, a chance at $2,000, or a claw machine. So those are the different things that are available. So we decided to give it a try. I had a little bit of success early on, and then I got the coin that had the chance for $250. And what it did is it spun another reel, like a wheel, with two different things in it. One was a dollar amount and one was a multiplier. And I ended up basically with $24. So I was pretty disappointed, but I thought, it must be bad luck. No big deal. We'll keep on going, give it a shot. Later on in the day, went back to the machine again and saw a chance for $2,000 on the ledge. So spent a couple $100 getting that, falls off the ledge and gets stuck on the ramp. So what they did is they have a super slick ramp, and then they have a slippery coin that says chance for $2,000 on there. So what happens when you have two slick surfaces is they stick together, just like with if you have plastic wrap, it's slippery. You take two pieces of plastic wrap and you stick them together, it's hard to get them apart. They stick together. So it was stuck on the ramp. So we decided to play on and push more coins off the edge and hope that it dropped it. And someone came around and said that she plays this game all the time, and you could get anywhere from $45 up to $2,000. So we called service over to help us. We said, look, it's right there on the ramp. Can we get it? They said, no, you have to push it all the way off. So spent a couple $100, total of about $500 for the day on that machine, and finally dropped it, and it paid $30. So I want to say that this machine cannot be an advantage play machine. if it's paying that little and it costs that much to hit it. If it is, and I blew someone's cover, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's much of a cover. I don't think that this machine should be played. I don't think this machine should even be legal. One of the other things that you could drop is something that says claw on it, which is a claw machine. So if you drop this coin, you get a voucher that you take to a claw machine, and it has a bunch of money in there, and it has stacks of like $10,000 inside the machine on the edges, and then it has rolls of money like rolled up and in a tube. And when you put the voucher in the machine, you get a chance to pick up a tube, and when you pick up a tube, it gives you money. So we put the voucher in the machine. It gives you 15 seconds to drop the claw, and the joystick wasn't working. Sorry, she can't help me. Oh, you're doing it wrong. How could I be doing it wrong? I've done this before. It's not, anything complicated. So we dropped it, and we got nothing. Start walking away, and a guy walks up, and he has one. There's two of these claw machines. He has a voucher also. He puts it in the other machine. It works. He picks up the tube. He drops it, and it pays him $10. So at $2.50 a spin, our big wins that we've seen are $30, $24, and $10. So I'm going to say that this is probably something I would never play again. And if it wasn't for that, at this location, I would have been up around $600 for the day. So definitely something we don't want to do. Right now, we're getting ready to leave the room, get something to eat, head out for the day. And we're going to travel about an hour away to a casino, and we'll update you as we go. So letting you go for now. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So we are still on our way to the next casino, but we found a casino on the way there, and we walked in there. It was just a small place attached to a gas station, and only saw 3 machines that you could take advantage of, I guess. 2 of them, someone had already checked. I could tell that they were checked, and there was a lady on the 3rd one, and she got up and left, and I sat down and found a play at the $5 a spin level and played that through, and actually hit very quickly and ended up ahead $116. So quick $116, and allegedly there's another casino within a few miles, and we're looking for that one right now. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to let you go and go in here and hopefully have more good news for you. Alright guys, I am back. I am now on an extremely long bridge in the middle of nowhere where we found a casino that has no sign unless you're behind the casino, away from the road, away from the main road. So, very nice casino, very clean, very new. Everything seemed fine, but I think they need a better marketing person. We walked in that casino, and I guess if you get 10 points on the first day that you have the card, you get $10. So I eventually got my 10 points. It took forever to get it, so I don't know. It might be $20 to get a point, I don't know. But it took a lot of play to get it. I finally got it, and I finished my play, and Coach got his card, and I think he did more play than me, and he didn't even get enough points to get his $10. So we actually ended up leaving. For that session, I ended up ahead $27. So not bad. Nice place, nice stopover, and Coach made some money too. So that's all good. So right now we're continuing on. I think we're about 20 or 30 minutes away from the casino we were intending to go to, and just a very beautiful country out here. We're on a nice long bridge, water on both sides, just a beautiful country here. So anyway, gonna let you go for now, and I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back. It is about 7 hours later. It is now dark outside, and we had quite a trip to this casino. I liked it a lot more than the other casino, and from what I understand, square footage wise, it's actually bigger than the other casino, but as far as machines and stuff like that, it's a little bit smaller. I liked it a lot more. lot less crowded. There were a lot more opportunities to play, and I did a wide range of things. So I played slots to start, and then I played some blackjack after that, and then back to slots again. All right, so let me just run through some of the things that happened. So I played some slots and did pretty well on them. I was ahead like $400 or so, and then I had a rough patch and lost a lot of that. I also played poker, so I went back to the poker room. There was a 1-2 game going. The field was not great. There were 2 or 3 aggressive people, but they usually had the hand, so they were a little bit tougher to deal with. And then the other people were pretty passive. I played poker for about an hour of that time, and it was okay. It was a little bit boring, but I did get enough hands to keep me busy that I wasn't too worried about it. Had some conversations with people too. It was okay. So no real big notable hands in the blackjack. As far as poker, not blackjack. If I said blackjack, I did play blackjack as well, and this place is a little bit tougher to make money off blackjack, although they have good rules. And I sat at a blackjack table that was a $25 minimum with a $500 maximum. And I sat, and there was an older, I would say probably 65-year-old black gentleman sitting next to me, and he was playing 2 hands generally. Sometimes he'd drop to 1, and he played in a very, very odd way. He didn't care what you're supposed to do. He played the way he wanted to, and he cost us hands a bunch of times. He cost himself a lot of money by not doing the right things, and he just kept on repeating the fact that you can't do what they want you to do because that's how you lose. You got to do what your gut tells you, and that's how you win. And at one point, he cost me a hand, and I think I would have lost it either way, so I wasn't too concerned about it. But I said something to him. I said, in front of the dealer, I said something like, maybe this guy wants to take it outside, just joking around with him. And he laughed about it, and the dealer smiled and all that. And I said, so if me and you went outside and had a fight or maybe wrestled, who do you think would win? And he goes, well, if it's anything longer than 30 seconds, I'd probably lose because I wouldn't have the energy to continue on. But yeah, I had ups and downs there. I had bought in for a total of $1,000 on the blackjack table, and I cashed out 1,473. So that went well. Then I went back to the slots and played a lot more slots. They have some odd slots here that are very different than anywhere else that I've ever seen. And it did cost me a little bit of money to learn a lot of those lessons. And there was a newer game, not really new. I have seen it online, but I've never played it as long as I did today. And I took a pretty big beating on that one. And when I was playing that game, there was a Mexican couple sitting behind me, older couple, like in their late 60s, early 70s, watching me play, just shaking their head at the bad beats that I was taking on that game, talking about me in Spanish. So I had a pretty good time with them too. And then, as far as blackjack, so we had 3 or 4 different dealers, and it wasn't until the last 5 minutes that I really got any blackjack. So the whole maybe just over an hour that I played, I only had one blackjack until the last 5 minutes or so, and I had a flurry of them, all of them at table minimum. So what are you gonna do? That's gonna happen sometimes. And then I walked around and saw a new version of an old machine that we've been playing for a long time. And there was a guy sitting on that machine, texting on his phone, and I could tell right away that he was an advantage player. So I sat next to him and started talking to him about how to play the game and when is a good time to get in and things like that. And he said something about advantage play. I said, well, how would you know I know anything about advantage play? And he said, I don't know, sometimes you can tell. And he was telling me some of the horror stories that happened recently, including last night on that game, and how tough things have been, and how tough the competition is, and you have to really tighten up or it's really hard to make money. So talked to him for probably around 10 minutes or so. Very cordial. He was very nice. So all that was good as well. So overall, I got a lot of steps in, that's for sure. I'm over 17,000 steps already, and still have about 3 hours in the day, so I'll be doing some more walking. I feel like where I live, there's a lot more opportunity. Here, there's a lot more people doing what I do, and machines seem to be a little bit tighter. But I wouldn't know because I didn't play that many machines, because there were so many people that I didn't find a lot of opportunities. So sometimes you have to wiggle your way into an opportunity, find something that's close enough with some other circumstances involved that make it into a good play. So I did that. So anyway, give me a minute. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. So let's talk to Coach and see how his day went and if he has anything he wants to add.
Okay, the casino I went to is basically my home casino. It's the one where I have the highest tier card, and it's one where I play the most locally in this area. I have plenty of comps, so we was able to get the buffet, and then we got also nachos for dinner. And I was impressed with NWUSA, being a Southern boy, that he had green beans and okra, fried okra. Both of them were fried and breaded, and he had sweet tea. So I think he may have a little bit of Southern in him, even though he's from Midwest America. So I was impressed with that. But I was glad able to feed him, and just hope that he's having a good time.
Now, how did your day go today?
I did pretty good. I got on a progressive where the top prize must hit by $400. I got it on it at $380. I had to put $200 in real quickly, and it was looking ugly. And then I got one of the best baseline hits, and then the game kind of took off after that. I was just $1.50 away from hitting the top progressive, and it was looking like I had committed 400 into the game. It looked like a borderline whether I was going to make any profit or not, and then the machine kind of took off that last 600 spins, and I ended up winning $205 on it. And so I ended up winning about $280 on slots, and then I had $100 in free play, and I turned that into $147 on video poker. So for your advantage players, free play is a big part of your arsenal, so make sure you do the right things to keep getting that free play.
Yeah, and let me just say that he was on that machine for a very, very long time, and he made sure that he got every bit of EV that he could get out of it. And let me just say that level that he got in at is specific for that machine type. There's going to be a wide range. Some of them might be either. I know there's one machine that's a must hit by 400 in my home region, and you got to be within $5 for you to make any money, because it moves up so slowly and it pays so little on the run up that you have to be very close to be able to make any money on there. So right now we're heading back to the casino that we stayed at overnight, and we're going to play there. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. I'm going to have 4 meetings by 1:30 p.m. We're going to be interviewing a new employee. We're going to be doing a lot of other stuff, and then we're going to be doing some gambling and going to other casinos as well. So right now, letting you go, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back. It is now a few minutes before 5 o'clock in the morning, and I am still here in the casino, checking machines, playing games, walking around, playing poker, doing so many different things. And Actually, I've been busy this whole time, if you can believe it. So I have no idea how many hours it's been. I would estimate probably 6 or 7, 8, somewhere in there. But it has not been going well at all. There was one must hit by that is generally very predictable that I played that totally wrecked me. It was a $100 must hit by and a $250 must hit by, and the $100 one would hit I believe 3 times on the run up, and still just things went horribly bad. I played that machine for probably an hour and 20 minutes before I got all the way through the whole thing, and I walked away minus $650. Played some other things and got me a little bit closer and a little bit closer, and then I couldn't find anything else, and it's always so packed and so many people walking around in here and stuff. So I decided to go and play some poker. Went back to the poker area, played there for an awfully long time as well, probably about 2 hours or so. I have a few hands I'll tell you about that happened. One of them, I had pocket kings, and this is a table that is generally pretty active. A lot of people doing a lot of raising. So unfortunately for me, I was in a small blind. Well, fortunately and unfortunately. Fortunately, I was one of the last to act. Unfortunately, I'm in bad position, of course. So I had pocket kings, and someone made it 15, and it went around 15. I believe there was like 6 people that called it at 15, and the flop comes 10-7-4. 10-7-4. I have pocket kings, and I check, and the next person checks, and this second person, the person next to me to my left, is drunk, and he was drunk yesterday when he was playing. He's drunk today. I don't know why they let him do that. He's spending thousands of dollars, just wasting thousands of dollars playing. But we both check, and then the other guy on the other end of the table makes it 25, comes around to me, I make it 75. So now it's 75. The guy to my left, who I said is drunk, calls the 75. The guy on the other end of the table goes all in. So we've got pocket kings on a board of 10-7-4, and I call the all in, and the drunk guy folds. The turn is a 7, and the river is a 7. The other guy had pocket 4s, so he had flopped a set and turned a full house and rivered a bigger full house, but of course he got counterfeited by me because I had an even better full house when that last 7 comes. So he had 4-4-7-7-7. I had king 7-7-7. So I win that hand. That was about $480 pot. Another interesting thing, that drunk guy was in a hand with another guy, and he'll pretty much call pretty much anything. The other guy bluffs him with ace high on an all-in. He goes all in with ace high, and the drunk guy calls the $400 all-in with a 9 high and loses his $400. That's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. The casinos should not allow people to be losing that kind of money when they're drunk and not know what they're doing. I understand it's a business, but you have to have some kind of morals too. So anyway, as far as what's going on with me, I've just been doing anything I can to try to win some money. After the poker game, well, I had gotten a lot closer on the ticket that I was down like $600, $650. kept on creeping closer and closer and closer. Got within a couple $100, went and played poker. Came back out after the poker. Actually lost $600 playing poker, so that's not good. After I finished losing there, I come back out and I start playing machines again, and I take another bad beat, knocks me down to minus 500 again, and then start working my way up, and things start getting slowly better. And as of right now, I am plus 351 on the slots. So it's been a long journey. I have a meeting in about 2 hours. I haven't gone to sleep. I haven't gone up to the room. Coach is in the room sleeping, and I've got to get up there. So this last machine that I was playing, there was a probably 40-something-year-old guy and his mother that were playing this machine, and I knew they were going to run out of money because he had put his last 20 in there. It was $5 a spin. Then he told her to put her money in there, and she had a $100 bill. She put it in there. She ran out of money. She got up. I sit down, and it cost me $200 more before it finally hit. And I had a nice big hit, which I took a picture of like I always do. And it was a $350 hit. So picked up another $150 because of that hit. And then I found a couple games that are normally beat to hell. Everybody plays them so much. I found a couple of them that had been run up and nobody had finished it. So I was able to in a very short period of time, and that helped me get up there also. And so here we are. At this point, do I go to sleep or not? Because I've got 3 meetings before 9:30 or 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I have another one at 1:30 to 2:30. So I need to make sure that I'm awake for that stuff. So I will probably not sleep until between the early meetings and the interview. We're going to be interviewing a guy, and then I'll probably sleep in between there. The only problem is we'll have to be checking out of the hotel, so I may be sleeping in a car on my way to another casino when we're leaving here in the morning, which is in a few hours. But we'll get that all figured out. I think the first order of business is to eat something, make sure I'm feeling good, and then make sure all my stuff is ready to go to leave, and then I can doze for a few minutes if I need to before the meeting, do the meeting, and then get out of the hotel, and then figure things out from there. So I can say it's been very interesting. I don't think I want to come back to this place again, even though a guy that I know made and lost a lot of money here. I don't think it's for me. It's mainly must hit by jackpots, and they are like, they take weeks and months sometimes to get into range. There's a girl that's been walking around down here for 2 days, same clothes. Saw her last night before I went to sleep, saw her first thing this morning when I woke up, and she's still walking around. It's unbelievable. It is just crazy. And I just saw a machine that I have never seen before here. I know how to play it because I've researched it, but I didn't know of anywhere that had it. So I'm gonna probably take a look at it right now and see if I can make a little bit of money on there, and then probably head up to the room, grab some food and head up to the room. So right now I'm gonna let you go, and then I'll be back to wrap things up, let you know what happens. Alright guys, took a look at that, and that one did not work out. I'm looking at a machine right now that is just barely out of range, but it is an expensive machine. It is $7 a spin, and it could take 200 or 300 spins to hit it. Do I want to go down that rabbit hole right now? I kind of feel like I don't want to. I think I'm going to wait until morning and see if anybody changes anything on there. And then if so, if it's in a better spot, then probably play it then. But right now, I'm going to go ahead and take care of all the stuff I just told you about and get to bed. And then we'll talk tomorrow. We'll start a new episode for tomorrow. So for right now, letting you go. If you have any questions or comments, it's mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you in a few hours.